nominalized ini. I nominalized ini kalau lebih slidey over quick. I need to be in there trying to look at my guy. That's alright. Nah, cuz don't be no. You look at the video, nigga. That ain't for you. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you just looking. Hey. When you see it, you'll know who I'm talking to. You remember. Like. Alright, y'all. We back at it again. Alright, make sure I can go in. Yeah. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you know. Let me see. Yeah, we can share. You. Alright, we in there. My fault there about that mic was in your ear, my bad. I just had to test it out. You know what I'm saying? We used to just holding the junk in our hand, like, you know what I'm talking about? But anyway, I'm your host. Welcome to the show. Let's go. Hey, how you get this out? I'm trying to get this above for that. They got all this bullshit up there. I'm trying to go back to what we was at. Hit the back button. There you go. Alright, so today's show is, boy, you thought it was over? Psych! We just getting started, baby. I dearly departed. Hey, ancestors, be with us, baby. Cause we gonna need you for this one. D them up. You was playing with us. I said, boy, I'm gonna make them remember. I remember. Let's get to it. We're just gonna start from the beginning and just see what
Law Dictionary here, revised 4th edition. And about just go through the Law Dictionary here. We can get to, here we are. And here's driver here. One employed in conducting or operating a coach, carriage, wagon or other vehicle with horses, mules or other animal or bicycle or tricycle or motor car. So that's the definition of driver, and the most important word here is one employed. And if you're not employed by an employer and you're not employing yourself, then you may not be a driver. And I'm just going to see if I can get the definition up of traveller. Bear with me. I'm getting there now. And here's the definition of traveller. And it clearly states here, traveller, in a law dictionary, one who passes from place to place, whether for pleasure, instruction, business or health. So you may well be a traveller. Law Dictionary here, revised 4th edition.
Alright, shit. You heard that. You may be a traveller if you ain't traveling for the job. We're gonna run it back. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna run it back one more time. Now, matter of fact, you can run it back yourself. You can look it up. Let me make sure they get that. Oh, shit.
Law Dictionary here, revised 4th edition. And about just go through the Law Dictionary here.
Woody. 8, 7, 6.
We can get.
I like to give them a
Here we are. And here's driver here.
brick by brick, nigga. I ain't even caught my nigga break shit. Nigga, oh, they gonna do me like that? Fuck it, you can hear me. Brick by brick, we built this shit up and this the things we get, nigga. With my fucking 40 acres and a goddamn mule. And don't give me that bullshit about you gave it to my grandparents because you stole it back too. Hell wrong with you. Class, we in session and we gonna learn a goddamn lesson. We gonna teach these niggas not to fuck with the reverend. And the educational purposes you get it from learning.
Just a little brief.
So you can learn from anywhere.
To jump off and about to show y'all next. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, to Let me repeat it again so therefore they can hear me in the back. Excuse me. I said that for entertainment purposes. Not only, but only. Freedom of speech and Bill of Rights. Remember that. That's how I like it. Bruno Mars. We some stars. That's what I like. You should go check it out. It's funny. I mean, it's a good sound, but I'm probably funny. But you know, who knows? If you don't think I'm funny, good. I don't care. The people that think I'm funny, they laugh and cough. So let's get back to the next video. Let's see what we got next. Oh, hold on. Before I get started. Do not take what I say. Do your own research, okay? We gotta make sure we throw all these goddamn disclaimers out though. You never know. All we doing is just making a show. And look, everybody get them their props. Matter of fact, this Bishop the Great. Shout out my boy. You know what I'm talking about? I'm saying, I'm getting everybody their props. You can see it at the top. So stop. You can see it there if you want to say, he ain't giving people credit. But it's already on the map. It's right here. So before you say that about me using your video, boy, your name right there, my boy player. But go ahead, school this young.
Got something else for you. I have a question why everything in our legal system is in Latin.
In Latin.
And obviously, Latin is a
legalese.
Language of the dead. So I wanted to look up something.
Great.
I noticed something else.
Ooh wee, you see that? Ooh wee.
Ooh. Grimoire sorcery. I'm gonna show you.
Grimoire. Grim Reapers and shit.
Everything.
I wonder who that could be. Who name is close to that? A Grim Reaper. A Grim Reaper name is close to that. Right.
Sorcerer's Book of Spells.
Grim War. Grim Reaper.
Love boss. Try not to use the word family because the word family means servants and slaves.
Remember when we were talking about this earlier?
In the 4th edition of the Black's Law Dictionary, in Spanish law, the word family means servants and slaves.
Ooh, shit!
And we got a case law in there. Mind blowing. So here we are using their language to describe our loved ones.
Oh.
So that's your consanguinity, which means they're all within your same bloodline. You see what I'm saying? But we misnomer that as family. So we so fixated with Minister Brown and those words that we can't see ourselves outside of those words.
Right.
Just like the word understand. We should never use the word understand. We think that the word understand has something to do with our comprehension.
Right.
But the word understand, the word under means below. Stand means status. When you look up the word stand, it means status.
Stand means
so
status.
You're talking about being under somebody's authority. So when you hear somebody actually trespassing, they say, "Do you understand? Do you understand?" So when you hear that type of tendency of the word
message,
do you understand? Do you, miss or mister? Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, you're in front of a court, or you're in front of a lawyer, or you're in front of a police officer, and they use that term and that vernacular. We're taking it as I understand, which means I'm subordinate. Because anything other than that, it's subordination. So they train us with these words on the job. Like I was on my way over here, I was talking to a brother who was in a correctional facility and trying to help him. He said, "What's up, boss?" I said, "Brother, don't call me that." Look in the dictionary. The word boss means Dutch master. So who do you think took us as property to become slaves? It was the Dutch. That's how they got New York. It was New Amsterdam.
Those Dutch motherfuckers.
White blue, which is the same colors as New York Knickerbockers. He was like, culture. All right, until the Anglicans went to war in 1664 and 1665 against the Dutch, and now New Amsterdam became New York. It was the Duke of York, so they came with the Duke of York laws that became New York Constitution. And he became king in England. So we are these laws. So when people say, "Brother, where you from? You from New York?" Cannot be from New York. Because the thing that gets me, Minister Brown, that even though we have been Christianized, there are some principles in the biblical text that is our culture. Because it's been so convoluted, we don't see it. Mm-hmm. We can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There are principles there. It says, honor that mother and father. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to honor your mother and father, you can't say you're from New York. Because that's not your birthright. Mm-hmm. You follow me? But we was taught that way. Mm-hmm. You know? Like, where do you live, sir? Well, technically, you live within yourself. You don't live in no house or in no car or no place they give you. Because they train us to say, "Well, sir, where do you reside? Where is your resident?" Well, we didn't know in law, RES means thing. In Latin, ident, meaning identity. So these people looking at it as a thing. Like in the grammar now, person, place, or thing. So I always say in the grammar, why would they put the word person in the same category as places and things? Because the place is a property and thing is property. One is real property, the other one is personal property. So why would you put person in the same category? So what did it tell you? And here we got these English teachers teaching our young youth this linguistic witchcraft, this fraudulent conveyance of language, which is a federal crime. That's identity theft. A noun in grammar is an identity theft. Because according to our ancestors' vernacular, we didn't use noun. There was no such thing as a noun. Everything was a verb, because everything is living. We express everything because it's living. So we are looking at things in a distinct form from a European vernacular. This is how they captured us. They use the language against us to capture us. So now we become an object. All right? Now it's interesting because in court, if something is being said that a lawyer doesn't agree, one of the words he says is, "I object." You see what I'm saying? Because he's speaking against what somebody's trying to put him into. All right? So I always try to tell our brothers and sisters, anytime the DA is saying something to get your character, that's slander. But we never object to that. Because when the DA begins to start reading the charges and start talking to the judge, and the judge look at you and say, "Sir, How do you plead? Sir, I object. That's slander. That's slander. Because the DA doesn't know me. That's not my character. That's why it's good to get character references from people in your community. The DA don't live in your community. So we can allow the DA to put slanderous remarks by misrepresenting you as that person. The same person that's in the Constitution is the same person in the penal law. If the person commit this crime, that's what they say. Well, you're not a person. You have a persona, but you're not a person. Because they took the feminine A from the word persona and left it with the word person. So when you go to 26 U.S.C. Section 7701, right, and they specifically tell you what the definition of person is. I'm going to pull this out real quick. That's why I like to do PowerPoints. So when we show this to our people, Mr. Clemens and Brown, then they're going to see the language that they're using. 26 U.S.C. Section 7701. Look what they say.
That's it. I just want y'all to notice that we 6 minutes in. Now I think we can get in trouble for showing too much, but it get demonetized or whatever. But I don't care. Someone keep showing it. But anyway, I just wanted y'all to be aware. As you see, he telling you the codes and everything. That's why we don't look it up no more, cause we already done did it before. We just find somebody else that did it, and therefore we show. When we tell somebody else, hey, listen, don't listen to me, listen to him. Let's get back to the show, Bobby.
This is what they say. I don't know if you can see that.
Yes.
All right, you see that? All right, I'm going to read it.
Okay.
It says here, when used in this title, this is 26 U.S.C. is the tax code. So they're using the Internal Revenue Code as a form of warfare against our people. This is another form of slavery through taxation. So they use 26 U.S.C. 7701. So you'll say to a brother, you a person? You're going to say quite naturally, yes. A sister, are you a person? Quite naturally, they're going to say yes. But this is what the devil said. The devil said that when used in this title, we're not otherwise distinctly expressed or manifestly incompatible with the intent thereof. And look what they say. Look what they say, Mr. Clemens and Brown, if you can see from that distance. Look what they say. The definition of person.
Read it.
All right. It says here, person. The term person shall be construed, to mean and include an individual and a state. You see?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They said state, partnership, association, company, or corporation. So if they take the word person that we learned in grade school, when they use the noun, right? What is the noun? They say person, place, or thing.
Right.
These devils are setting us up to put in the same category as commodities, as property. You see what I'm saying? So when Mr. Bay here say that we should not be using nouns, but because the way they have constructed our minds with this poisonous grammar that they use called noun, and they put the word person in the same category as places and things, we can't conceive that because what they teach you in grade school and what they teach you in law is two different things. So they're using legal jargon in this society.
Hey, look, OG, we ain't supposed to be using nothing but the right now, like right now. N-O-W, because that's what we doing right now. Using the right now. Not the N-O-U. Was it N-O-U-N? That's none. No O. No U-N. No U-N. No O-N. No U-N. See? No U-N. Like U-N who? United Nation? Because ain't nothing united by the nation. Over there, well, they say they're united. So how the fuck they get united but got us warring? These niggas can get together and say we united to don't take your ass to Antarctica, but yeah, everything else they got to fight on. Nah, fuck out of here. Y'all better correct that too. My fault.
They use the financial jargon in this society. So we as a people don't communicate to the elite who's speaking a different language, even though they're using English as the vehicle, but they're defining the word differently.
Right.
That's called equivocal, which means it gives a sort of like a comparison of being the same, but it's being defined differently. So that's why I tell people that's why you have to study your antonyms and your synonyms. The three things you have to study in language is prepositions, antonyms, and synonyms. So when a person say, brother, you live in New York? I say, no, I'm at New York. The preposition at, not in. Because New York is a corporation. If you do the research from the State Department here, you find out that New York is a corporation. So the question is, can you, as a man, live in a corporation? It's impossible, because a corporation is a fiction. So you can't live in a fiction. That's what that movie Wizard of Oz is all about. With Dorothy, the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, message.
Y'all know what websites y'all should just try out? Just try them and read them. Just search through there. Don't get bored with it. Just go read shit. Just read everything. The Department of Education.
That one.
The U.S. Treasury. The Department of U.S. Treasury.
Woo! They got our money.
The Department of Revenue.
Ooh, shit. They got our money too.
The Department of Transportation.
Woo!
DOT.
Woo! Shit!
Good one. What else? The Federal Reserve.
Ooh, shit!
That one. Go on their websites.
Look at that.
The real ones. The Internal Revenue Service.
Ooh.
Go back and reread that one too. What am I missing? Oh, you know what my favorite one is? The Department of Interior.
What?
Like it's like interior design, but just interior.
What?
Read that one.
Ooh,
That
I
one
need
got
to.
gems.
Check.
That one knows exactly who you are.
Check.
Also, look up the Uniform Commercial Codes.
Yeah, that one.
UCCs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Know
Specifically,
your rights. Know your rights. Which one?
Cornell Law School website.
Mm-hmm. There you go, baby.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
Look up all the U.S. codes.
All on.
Specifically, like 18 USC 8.
Oh shit! Somebody know that.
Ooh,
I don't know who
26 USC 6.
Oh shit!
Or 8.
Something.
Something.
Yeah, something.
You know, and how we don't make income.
Mm-hmm.
And
So why we paying income tax?
What's another one? The Department of Motor Vehicles in your state.
Ooh.
Just tell you how you're an employee and stuff. Just you just start just messing around on some of these state and government websites, especially the federal ones. If y'all don't know about CFPB too, because that's the real credit bureau. Because there's no such thing as credit.
Yep.
Oh, I'm making the wrong turn. Let me get out of here, y'all. TikTok, this is for everybody's purpose.
That's it.
Okay.
Entertainment.
I ain't doing
Entertainment.
nothing to y'all.
Excuse me. I fooled it.
You guys go on there, those websites, researching, looking for like jobs or stuff.
What happened when you drink too much coffee?
Or just
gas.
stuff,
Gotta let all that.
information, because it's there for us to read.
Me.
Look at the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you go on the Department of Interior, look at the pictures and you guys let me know if those are your Indian ancestors.
Keep mask on. Mask on. Mask off. Fuck it. Mask on. Mask off. Nigga, fuck it. Mask on. Mask off. Nigga, fuck it. Mask on.
Y'all know what website?
Mask off. Fuck it. Mask on.
Henry Campbell Black wrote the Black's Law Dictionary. Okay, when y'all talk about stuff like this, do y'all ever consider the source? Black does not mean property to black people. It doesn't mean dead in the eyes of the law. Of what law? Of the white supremacist law? That's the law you're talking about? Come on.
Now hold on. I'm gonna let her go. Okay. I don't agree or disagree. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only, and you go ahead and do your own research. Some people got their own opinion, some people don't. But what we do want to tell you is, Black is almost what she look like now, but she got the lights off. Imagine if she turned them motherfuckers on. Okay, go ahead.
Think about the source of things. This entire country was built with the on slavery, okay, first, with the sole premise of black people not having any power and black people not having any rights. So,
Indigenous.
of course, when he wrote this dictionary, that's what he was going to make black mean. Think about the source. It's always going to be a...
Now, we sitting here trying to teach you what law is. We know what the fuck black is. It's a fucking color. We know that don't mean dead. But when people get too emotional, these things happen. Like, duh, we know that. Goofy, we trying to teach you, go look in that book. And why they still use it and telling you they don't. Goofy. Because you can sit here and get frustrated like she getting frustrated. And realize, like, they still use that shit against your ass, though. Until you know, like, nigga, I ain't one of them, bro. But
about us as a black race. Maybe not our skin color, but about our power as black people. Probably not that specific word, but the fact that we are melanated.
You said why I paused that, right? Because she did all that mad shit just to get to the point where we was proving already. We skipped all that. We ain't want people to get mad where we already was at. We was mad for everybody else. Now we can get you there.
Gives us power. The fact that they lack melanation gives them power. So they had to bring about all of this capital and all of these resources outside of ourselves to make them seem successful. And they put it in a little book to tell you what is success and what is not success. Think about the source when you start talking about this stuff. Henry Campbell Black wrote the Black's Law Dictionary. Okay? When y'all talk about stuff like this, dude.
You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to hear that name again. So y'all can look that shit up yourself. Or whoever that person is. I don't really give a fuck about who made it. Nigga, we want to know what they using against our ass. That's it. We don't give a fuck about who made it and what his intentions was. Shit, even though that do help. Because we know, like, nigga, he made this under the term of racism. So if they still going under this and they call it Black's Law Dictionary, bitch, is that not a clue? I ain't calling her the B word. I'm saying, bitch, is that not a clue? Like, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I can say the B word. It's like rapping. Like, before I think challenge is hard, I'm going to go ahead and go, underlay, yeah. Like that. Yeah, fuck with it.
You ready? You gonna love this one.
See, look,
okay, so let's see what Black's Law Dictionary says about sovereigns. Since we see that sovereigns are separate from a person according to the definition of person, right? A person, body, or state in which independent and supreme authority is vested. A chief ruler with supreme power. A king or other ruler with limited power. Oh, wait. Sovereign immunity of state from liability exists when the state is engaged in a governmental function. Right? The political body consisting of the entire number of citizens and qualified electors who, in their collective capacity, possess the powers of sovereignty and exercise them through their chosen representatives. Sovereign power or sovereign prerogative. That power in a state to which none other is superior or equal, and which includes all the specific powers necessary to accomplish the legitimate ends and purposes of government. A right which the state alone or some of its governmental agencies can possess, and which it possesses in the character of a sovereign, for the common benefit and to enable it to carry out its proper function. So what is sovereignty? The supreme, absolute, and uncontrollable power by which an independent state is governed. Supreme political authority, paramount control of the Constitution and frame of government and its administration. The self-sufficient source of political power from which all specific political powers are derived. You ready?
Message! I mean, this entertainment.
Okay, this is going to be the best advice that I give y'all. If you're
Entertainment.
you're researching and you're looking up laws, rules, regulations, statutes, federal codes, whatever, always look up the definition of the words. Usually there'll be a section that's labeled definitions, and it'll tell you the definitions of the words that they are using. Please use that to your advantage, because the way that they're able to trick us is through the English language. For example, when they're trying to apply one of their rules, regulations, statutes to you, and in that statute it says the United States. Now, A regular person is just going to think the United States is one thing and they just consider the United States in the sense of a nation, right? However, people who have done their research would know that there are 4 different types of United States. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. So there's the United States, which is what I was just talking about, what most people think of when people say the United States, which is the United States of America. It's the nation. It's the United States in a political sense, right? But what you don't know is that none of the USC codes, none of the statutes that are being passed today actually include the United States as the nation, right? Because it's basically non-existent, and it has been since, the federal government gained control of this country. Okay, the second version is the one that they're usually referring to in all of their statutes, rules, and regulations. Now, this is the United States in a geographical sense, meaning that you can find it on a map. DC, which is a federal territory, we all know that, and then any other federal territories of possession. Well, that includes like Guam, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, like those federal territories. That does not include the 50 states, okay? That only includes federal territories. Then there's the United States in the sense of the 50 union states, which again is in a geographical sense, meaning you can find it on a map. You can look at a map and see that we have 50 separate states, right? And these are the union states, right? Before we hired them to provide us benefits, this is how we operated. And then the last one is, again, the federal United States in the sense of the federal government, but in a corporate sense, because I told you the United States, comma Inc. is what our country is actually called. That's the corporation that runs our company. That's them in a corporate sense. So as you can see, that is confusing as hell. So if somebody is saying the United States in their statute, rule, and regulations, and they're trying to apply it to you, you have to know that there are 4 different definitions, and you have to ask for clarity. Otherwise, they're just going to assume that you're part of those federal territories when you're not. Also, don't assume anything. Go get you a Black Laws Dictionary. You can get the 4th edition through the 8th edition. The 4th edition is better because that's the dictionary that they used, and that's what language they used at the time when they were writing a lot of the laws and rules and regulations and statutes. Okay, this is going to be the best advice that I give y'all. If you're new to this and you're researching and you're...
Message.
All right, it's important that we talk about this because we have an entire community of people that refer to themselves as Black. And Black is a legal classification. I first heard this through a guy that pops up on my feed now and then on YouTube named Rod Hayes. And he specifically stated that white is a legal classification and Black is a legal classification. So when you refer to yourself as Black or white, you're giving yourself a legal title. And as you know, there's a difference between legal and lawful. Legal is colorable, and we're going to get into the word colorable, and let's just dive into this right now. So if you look at here, Negro, the word Negro means a Black man, one descended from the African race. So race is a key word that we're going to look at. And if you go down to the bottom here, it says term Negro means necessarily person of color. So we're going to also look at person and color. So we got race, person, and color. But interesting thing to note here, this word Negro can only be found in Black's Laws Dictionary edition 1 through 4. After the 4th edition, you can't find this word in there anymore. So they have the Black race under 4 books. They got y'all trapped in 4 books. And I'm going to show you how to break free from this spell real quick. Let's move on. Alright, so it referred to Negroes as...
I just want to give a shout out to this brother right here. Where is it? Logaeth. Shout out to you, brother. I want to let you know, we everywhere. All colors, varieties, as y'all want to call colors, but we not colors. But all varieties of people. Personas. Shout out to the great mother and the great mothers that's out there. We love y'all. Y'all know we love y'all. Stamp. Y'all know what? We love you, mama. Stamp.
A group of people that belong to the African race, right? So the word race here means an ethnical stock, a great division of mankind having in common certain distinguishable physical peculiarities, constituting a comprehensive class appearing to be derived from a distinct primitive source, a tribal or national stock, a division or subdivision of one of the great racial stocks of mankind distinguished by minor peculiarities. So right off the bat, they're describing a Negro to be someone of an African race. And as you can see, the word race means an ethnical stock that comes from a distinct primitive source. And you are part of a great racial stock of mankind. So that is not you. You come from the creator of all. You are not a stock. A stock is capital. Capital is kaput. Kaput means head, which is chattel, cattle. They're listing you as a fucking animal.
Yep, chattel slave.
This is why it's important to notate what words you choose to label yourself as, because you've taken this word and you've been brainwashed by it, and every time you check a box on a piece of paper, I'm black, I'm white, I'm this, I'm that, you're literally claiming yourself to be something that you're not, and this is how they're getting y'all hung up. Now let's move on. The second word in Negro that I wanted to look at was, what was it? Color? No, it was person. Let's look at person. Person, in general usage, a human being, i.e. natural person. If you go look up the word natural, it does not describe what you may think as a human being. It has a totally different description. So they're classifying human beings as natural persons. Though by statute...
By the way, remember I said personas.
Term may include labor organizations, partnerships, associations, corporations, legal representatives, trustees in bankruptcy, or receivers. And it goes on to say, scope and delineation of terms is necessary for determining those to whom 14th Amendment of Constitution affords protection, since this amendment expressly applies to person. You're not a person. You're not a natural person. You're not a corporation, you're not an association, you're not a legal representative. These are all titles.
Hey, by the way, before you finish, 14th Amendment, what was that rule on it? Was it still slavery, discrimination going on then? All right. Shit, it was discrimination going on for all this shit, huh? Shit. Shit.
And they're trapping you under these titles if you are a person. And this word person is in the Negro description. Let's go look at color now. Color. An appearance semblance or simulacrum as distinguished from that which is real, a prima facie or apparent right, hence a deceptive appearance, a plausible assumed exterior, concealing a lack of reality, a disguise or pretext. See also colorable. Look at the top here, colorable. That which is in appearance only and not in reality. And you have to look up the word appearance, because that'll take you down a rabbit hole as well. What it purports to be, hence counterfeit, feigned, having the appearance of truth. So being colored or colorable or colored is fictitious. It's not real. It's an appearance. Now let's actually look at the word colored right here. By common usage in America, this term in such phrases as colored persons, the colored race, colored men, and the like is used to designate Negroes of persons of the African race, including all persons of mixed blood descended from Negro ancestry. So they got y'all all wrapped up in colored, colorable, and color. And as you can see, these descriptions do not meet who you are. Let's move on. Let's look at if white people have any different freedoms from black people. According to Black's Law, white persons, members of the white or Caucasian race, as distinct from the black, red, yellow, and brown races. Let's go look up what member means. Member, one of the persons constituting a family, partnership, association, corporation, guild, court, legislature, or the like. Or it could be a part or organ of the body, especially a limb or other separate part. So right off the bat, you can see that white people don't have any rights either. So this white privilege talk, this description of people with the lighter complexion being white and people with the darker complexion being black, it's all systemic. It's a psychological operation to deter you from the truth and to keep you enslaved and us fighting amongst each other. When you look at me, based on the programming in your mind, you think I'm white, but I'm not white. I'm Colombian, I have Native American in me, I have a lot of different mixed bloods in me. So my skin, it looks white, but we've clearly described what white persons are according to Black's Law Dictionary. And I'm not a person. I don't represent a partnership, an association, a corporation, a guild, a court, legislature, or the like. That doesn't meet my description. Just like Negro doesn't meet darker, complex people descriptions either. So we all have to ask ourselves, what are we fighting about? Are we fighting because someone has taught us to fight about other people that look different? Or is there truly hatred in our heart because they have done such a good job of creating separateness between us as people, and they have us fighting amongst each other as if we are the enemies, but in reality, if we come together and unify, we can bring this house of cards down. Now, this is interesting because I'll show you the first edition Black's Law Dictionary of Negro. And it was in 1891 when they first put this on paper and started trapping people in these words. Boom, there you go. But as you can see, it has less description. The word Negro means black man, one descended from the African race, and does not commonly include a mulatto. A mulatto is a racial slur. So that's the first edition, 1891. If you go to the other editions, you'll see that there's further description. Boom. See, they added color in there, and they added person in there. And they did this because they wanted to further
separate us,
enslave that description. And they wanted to stereotype and cast people under these spells. So if you describe yourself as black, just know that the rabbit hole that we just went down pertains to you with these titles. If you understand your words and you know what words to use and what not to use, you can easily get yourself out of any situation you might find yourself in, jeopardizing your future, jeopardizing your life, jeopardizing your time, jeopardizing your family, just by knowing your words. You don't necessarily have to be great at paperwork. You don't necessarily have to correct your status. You don't even need to lean your straw man. You don't need to offset any type of charging instruments that have been brought against your person. All you need to do is know your words. Once you know your words, they cannot hurt you. Your words are hurting you. If you know your words, they can enlighten you and save you. Think about it.
How long where we at, y'all? Where we at? How many minutes we at? 45. 9. Like this year. Year to 9. Because we divine. Shout out to the feminine. Alright, so what I've been trying to tell y'all and explain to y'all is like, yo, we free, nigga. You can check the music. You can check all that shit. I've been putting it out there, B. Clues and clues and clues and clues, and now you know what to do. So we gonna keep doing what we do, and we probably gonna watch a couple more, and then you go and explore. Score! We up one.
What is Black's Law Dictionary? Black's Law is the law of commerce. Black means a dead entity. These are things that don't physically exist. They exist because of agreements that are in your mind. These are trusts that are created. These are the laws and guidelines that those trusts must operate under. These are not rules for you, these are rules for commerce. This is rules for business. Everything in here is commercial, okay? These are commercial terms to be utilized by the living man, so that you can speak in the language of the dead. Okay, this is a necromancer's book. First, there exists no nation of Black Americans, nor is there a Black American in any documented record the world over. Black Americans are what is referred to in law as a misnomer, or collectively misnomers. As you well know grammatically, black is an adjective and is not a proper noun. Socially and politically, black implies civilir mortis, which means dead in the eyes of law. Black American is not a nationality, nor is it a nation. Therefore, black has no political interest nor powers in the free national constitutional that was prepared for all free national beings. Alright, so, for all intents and purposes, black, meaning dead. We just type that in real quick, right? And mourning, black death, civiliter mortis. In a legal context, black can imply civiliter mortis, which means dead in the eyes of the law. What is black's law?
I'm up for y'all. I was trying to pull up something else real quick while that was loading up, but we ain't gonna worry about that. We just gonna go ahead and close that one out. So let me go and get rid of this one. Bring this one up. Alright. Now you trying to see what's in my house, yo. It don't matter. Alright, so check this shit out. I've been trying to tell y'all, nigga, we need to figure this shit out. Well, we can kind of figure it out for the most part in different pieces of everywhere. This is called unity. Alright? You and me, you and me, you and me equals unity. So let's do that. You see? You know what I'm saying? Sorry for the skipping if it's skipping. You know how that shit go. So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and slow this shit down and go ahead and end it up. Let it be choppy for a little bit though. I just wanna let y'all know. What's up? We back. Indigenous. How you gonna act? And for that, that's the first reaction video. Now we out this motherfucker, yo. And I do some more later on. And now you know we trained to go. Always ready to go. ARTG, always reaching to God. You already know. Go against the odds. Hey, don't do a job. Do something you love. That's a career. No fear. God is here. Or his son. We just having fun. And for that, we out.